Welcome back, everyone, to Housecoat Podcasting. I am Takeshi Yamato, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
It's been a while since we've done this, hasn't it? Isn't it?
Mm. Yes, after the curse that it was the 500 special.
Yes. So, here we are getting back to it. Jordan is not with us, assassins. Hopefully, he will get here soon enough.
Game
So,
music.
yeah. Today we are discussing music in video games. Music in media in general is a staple. More than anything else, good music helps set the tone. Any kind of music helps set the tone of a game or a show or anything. Star Trek, Star Trek and Star Wars, without their without the music that without their the musical expertise of everyone who worked with them, like John Williams and such, they they would have been completely different. And the same is true of video games.
You
And
may or may not have been hearing the ambience of RE2's menu music. It's
yeah,
unsettling. It's creepy.
yeah.
Yeah, ignore that.
And now we get to listen to the epicness.
Well, first we're going to start with the ambience of, well, the RPG. Make a quick
Right.
comparison.
Yeah. Okay, so we're starting with the original music. Okay.
Save menu. Well, save room theme.
Yeah.
RPD theme. Generally. Wandering the halls and all that.
Yeah. This is the main hall.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And there we have Stumpy.
Yes. Even though you can't hear him stomping.
Yes. Ron has turned off everything aside from the music.
And now that we've heard enough of that,
Let us get to the remake music. And same kind of thing. Infinite ammo gun, nice.
The remake chose more ambience than anything.
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And there's Stompy right there.
Last thing I wanted to do was run into him. Yet. I mean, for good freaking reason.
Yeah.
Alright, I need to run somewhere where he won't go. Not too many of those, unfortunately. Fortunately, I know exactly where to go.
Star's office?
Yep. Unfortunately, I can't tell if he's there or not. What with all the audio I turned off.
Doesn't look like he's following.
He was straight on my tail.
Can he go in this room?
Yes. Which is why I'm taking it easy. Come on, main hall theme, kick in. Don't ruin it for us.
Yeah. Well,
Time for another quick comparison. First,
original.
at least as original as possible.
Yeah.
And it crashed. Give me a minute. Okay, now we're back where we're supposed to be.
Right.
This is kind of why I don't do scripts.
Yeah.
Because everything goes wrong, because of course it does.
Mm-hmm.
We are live.
Yep, I know. Apologies, viewers, I'm having some pretzels.
Okay, nothing audio-wise here.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, this doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
Because this is the second malformation of G instead of the third.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. Just doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah. And once we reload, we will swap back to...
Yeah.
Yep. And now we get to hear the proper theme for 3rd G. A lot of themes have operatic choruses, or even Latin chanting. Including probably the biggest, the most iconic theme in video gaming history, which we will not be able to show you because Rock does not have the most recent version of the game in question and has had issues with the older version. And that theme has a very famous title. One Winged Angel. The original version of that one for Final Fantasy VII, it was good for its time, but Advent Children and everything else, Advent Children and all the other more recent versions, and especially the version for the FF7 remake, they just drive home they just drive home the badassery and fear that comes with an encounter with Sephiroth. As twans interior zira vehementi, as twans interior zira vehementi, Sephiroth. But yeah, FF7 and RE2 are definitely up there in epic game music.
Hold on a second. Because it has to be done.
Yep.
Limitations of the PS1, anyone? Capable, but aged. Darkside remixed this quite heavily.
Yeah.
Alright. Hit us with the Tyrant theme, the original one, that is. Now, let's reload. With the original, with the remake version. Because, well, the remake version is probably...
And now to hear the theme of the Super Tyrant.
First for this. Well, we may as well play his intro first, then have the original boss theme compared with the new one.
Alright. Right. Audio, original. Oh boy.
Yeah, I kind of was intentionally screwing around there.
Right.
Just so you could hear the Tyrant theme. Now, the better version. And let's be honest, original was good, remake is better.
Place is coming down around them, and that tyrant is still focused on dealing with Leon. Oof. Got more health?
Not really. But I really was just screwing around so you could hear the theme.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very good music.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that means we have to come to the end of the theme. Sorry, Tyrant. Because really, we do have other things to do, other games to look at.
Yes. Because Resident Evil 2 does not have a monopoly on good music, or on music in general. And here we go with our next entrant, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
Let's just listen to the main theme for a minute.
Yes.
Sounds very much like the original, well, the remake version of Battlestar Galactica's main theme, at least the UK Season 2 onward theme.
Yeah.
The US had a different version.
Yeah. And, well, that is something you can do with games from established media. You can pull music from that media to use in the game, and it conveys both the feel of the game and also a sense of commonality with the media, with the show or movie or whatever. Like, if you're playing a Trek game, you will expect Star Trek style music. Or if you're doing a Star Wars game, you will expect John Williams.
Or Michael Giacchino. I can't pronounce that last name. I don't have it in head of me. The guy who did Rogue One onwards.
Ah.
And then there's Bear McCreary, who composed BSG, for the most part, and introduced this, The Bagpipes of War.
Very nice music. And then, of course, there are crossover games. Crossover games usually include music from from all the elements they are crossing over, which can be both a good thing and a bad thing.
And I have 0 examples of that installed.
Yeah, I can only mention some of them. One of the big ones that I'm somewhat interested in and Ron is not is Super Robot Wars. Super Robot Wars, at its core, is basically a game which mashes together elements from all sorts of real robot and super robot anime into a semi-coherent plot, usually involving some original characters to tie things together. So, and on rare exceptions, most of the themes are instrumental remixes of the main openings for the shows involved. Though sometimes some mechs will have special themes associated with special attacks. Like in the latest game, Super Robot Wars 30, we have Gaugygar. And as such, the main theme of most Gaugygar units is Yusho Tanjo. It's got a little bit of the lyrics, but it's still mostly instrumental. However, when you get to the finishing attacks, they use the instrumental only themes of the respective attacks from the shows. From the Gaugygar shows. The Hell and Heaven theme or the Goldian Hammer / Crusher theme. And but yeah, and then the other major super crossover series is Super Smash Brothers from Nintendo. That's where you can have Mario facing off against Pikachu, or Link, or Sonic, or etc. Mostly Nintendo characters, but starting with the Smash Brothers Brawl, they started adding in characters from other. They started adding in non-Nintendo characters. And our third member has arrived.
We blame the assassins.
No.
Yeah.
And you just joined us for the BSG section.
Yay!
Yeah.
I would replay Skirmish 3, but there's only so much awesome that the viewers can handle.
Yeah. We've already done the Resident Evil 2 bits. And I was also discussing crossover games.
Crossover games?
Basically games
SRW,
with...
Smash Brothers, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically mega crossovers with all sorts of different characters from a certain genre or from a certain developer. With Super Robot Wars, it's mecha, and with Super Smash Brothers, it's Nintendo with a smattering of characters from other developers. And crossover games usually include different forms of music from the different different songs from the medias they are crossing over.
Yeah. Sometimes get some weird crossovers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crossover music. Like, if there's this guy on YouTube that does like mixes where he takes music from like Star Wars and mixes it with music from Halo. It's awesome.
Yeah. And then there's Jeff Plays Guitar, I think he's called, who takes music from different games and stuff and redoes it in the style of Doom.
Alright. And now for the things that everyone enjoys. And now we come into the most famous one, STO.
Yep. As I mentioned earlier, right, with the Battlestar Galactica, if you're doing a game based on a famous media, you want music either from the media or stuff that sounds like it.
Sector Space really doesn't sound all that great.
Yeah.
Now let's get into combat. How fitting I'm taking this thing into combat with the Borg. Because that's when it first appeared.
Yep.
And now Jorn gets to see what the Akira is really supposed to do.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
Yeah, the generic stuff really... Cryptic needed to up their game, and fortunately, they did.
Yeah.
Hopefully that kicks in with my next one, which is going to be, of course, my personal favorite. I love the Terran themes. And you're about to discover why. Hopefully.
Yeah. Because with the missions for the Terran arc, they sort of mix up the music a bit. They've got Terran music, they've got yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
This reminds me more of the Alien trailer music than anything else.
Yeah.
Then again, I suppose that's the point. For anyone that isn't a movie buff, go watch the Prometheus trailer. That's more or less just a straight one-to-one rip-off, modernization, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I mean, I was just thinking about the song from Space Odyssey. Wah, wah,
Ship is under attack.
wah,
Target's shields have failed.
Oh yeah, that one.
And the music's not playing. What in the name of all that is whole?
It might just glitched out, like, or maybe you could check your audio real quick.
Yes, Alright, then we're gonna have to do this the hard way. I hate the hard way. But then again, that's why we don't do scripts on this. Because everything always goes wrong.
Yep.
If the music doesn't work here, then I may have a suggestion later on.
Ah, here it is.
Yep, there's the music.
Good ambient. Let's just listen to that for a minute.
Yep.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
And now it's playing the STD battle music. I mean, it's still better than what they had at launch, but...
Yeah.
What was your suggestion, Zorn?
What was that?
What was your musical suggestion? Your suggestion to get you to listen to the music I had? There it is! Much better.
Yep. Terran rock.
Not to be confused with Unterran rock.
There is a huge region I love this. That reason, of course, being Shattered Mirror. For anyone unfamiliar with Trek, don't blame you. That's the Mirror Universe episode where there was a huge battle between the Klingons the Cardassians and the Terran Rebellion. And the ISS Defiant was there.
Yeah.
And there was a hard rock battle tune named, perhaps fittingly, Charge. Now, I want to get into more Terran battle, but I'm going to need Jorn's help for that. Because I want you both to hear it, but it's not going to cooperate.
Oh?
The Operation Wolf Boss theme.
Ah.
Hear it, right?
Yep.
Stream protect here. Oh well, I got the radio.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely hear it. Turning it down a little so I can hopefully hear YouTube better over it. Okay. Alright, there we go.
Holy crap.
What?
That is
Yeah.
Yeah, I maxed out the volume.
I turned it down on my end to 50%. That way I can still hear you two.
Well, I'm about to put a stop to it because now it's time for some featureness.
Oh.
Because Star Trek TMP had some very interesting instruments.
Yeah, don't forget to turn the game music back on.
Oh, I am. Because alright, we'll be skipping through anything that doesn't sound particularly V'ger-ish.
Yep. Alright, I'll turn off from roll.
Give me a second, I'm refreshing because I can't hear my own music. What the fuck?
Right. Shall I turn off roll 20 or are we going to leave that on for later?
Maybe, like if we can't hear the music again, we may have to upload it onto Roll20 again. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know why it's not letting me hear my own music. Why? Oh wait, I figured it out.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing the game music.
I could hear the game music. Very ominous.
That bong, bong sounds like strings, high-strung stuff, kind of like a lightsaber being hit.
Yeah.
That is called the blaster beam.
And it is a unique track to anything V'ger-esque.
It was specifically invented for Star Trek the Motion Picture for an alien metallic sound. And it's very closely associated with V'ger.
And as such, it is also used for V'ger's mirror self. Also known as the Other, or Conqueror 6, or... You know what? I'll leave that. I'll leave the last moniker as a spoiler for those who have not seen, who have not played the latest story mission yet.
Though by the time this airs, that's going to be long since over.
Fair enough. So I suppose I might as well give that designation then.
Go ahead.
Seeker. Seeker. Jorn might not be aware of how it goes from Conqueror 6 to Seeker.
Wait, what?
CQER.
Yeah. You see, in this mission, we learned the proper name for the...
Oh, you talk about that thing, right?
Yeah. The proper name for the Other was originally Conqueror 6. Basically, the Terran equivalent to Voyager 6. Instead of just going out and sending data back, it was to go out and find new worlds to conquer. And apparently ran into a similar situation to V'ger and got turned into the Other, though the nameplate was still intact. At the end of the latest mission that dropped a few days ago at the start of the anniversary event, there was some damage to the nameplate, and all that was left was C, Q, and a C, a Q, and an ER. And Ilea truncates that all into Seeker, similar to V'ger. Theme of the there goes the anchor. Yep.
The hammerhead.
Yep. There goes his. There goes the Emperor's.
Looks like a cruel mockery of a gibble.
Yeah.
And now it's playing double thanks to a bug. Please don't start.
We turn.
At least we got one good thing out of this episode.
What?
Tilly dies.
Oh yeah. Of course.
At this point, I just didn't care who killed her, so long as she did.
Yeah. And I thought it was kind of neat seeing. Yeah. It was kind of neat seeing just how she died, but yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this whole thing. We have seen Alexander Courage, and I believe it was... Okay, I actually need to look this up. The composer for TMP and all that.
I think TMP might have had at least some John Williams.
Jerry Goldsmith. He did a lot of Trek stuff, and actually he did almost every single freaking movie.
Right. And he also did the TNG, I think.
Speaking of...
Okay. I'm not hearing any audio aside from Jorn's.
Oh, joy. I hate my life. Regardless, I'm trying to show you the OSTs for SFC1. I will link them to you later. Just know that Ron Jones is really good at what he does.
Good to know.
Gotcha.
And Jorn's Obsession.
My what?
This is your favorite race.
What race is this?
Hydrons.
Ah.
And there's a reason for that. Very royal, very...
You can see that ship, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, you're not going to be able to play much with this. It's a 20-year-old game.
I know.
And absolutely no one wants to try and modernize them.
Yeah. Someone should, though. Unity, Unreal... Someone should try and modernize this.
It sounds like Trek, but it's different.
Mm.
And that's how it should be.
Mm.
And that's a triumphant return for, well, Housecoat podcasting.
Woo!
Yep.
Signing off.